And good evening, everyone. Welcome to St. John's Elementary School, the home of the Redbirds. I'm Dwayne Hulett. You're watching IESA 7-1A, that's 7th grade, Class 1A Sectional Volleyball. It is the Southeastern Suns and the Greenfield Tigers. They're getting ready for starting lineups, and Greenfield is just down the road. If you remember, it was 8th grade volleyball here last year for the Suns. They defeated Greenfield to go on to state. So it is a very familiar pair of teams, but different kids, or I should say familiar pair of schools, different kids, as we get ready to go here with the opening serve. Again, this is sectional volleyball. The winner of this goes to state this weekend. We'll tell you as we go on through the evening a little bit how these two teams got here. I can tell you sectional or regional number 13 was what Southeastern was in. They'll be serving first. Southeastern got a bye and was the second seed in the opening round. They beat Greenview 25-22, 25-15, and then beat Virginia 12-25, 25-17, 25-21 to get the serve or get the chance here. And they are underway. Off the ceiling it goes, and a point right off the bat. And we talked earlier and we talked last year about this being a low ceiling. And comes across. There's an attack for the Suns, and it's going to be an overpass. On the attack was number 12, Tippy. Now it's going to be hit back across, tipped by Tippy. Up, it's going to have to go across this time. It is sent across by Jaden Miller, and off the net it goes. It'll fall. Another point for Morgan Simmons. She's got 2 service points now, and the Suns lead 2-0. And into the net it goes again. Another point for Simmons. The Suns lead 3-0. That is a service there. It goes out of bounds. Simmons will give the serve to the Tigers. And number 13, Lakely Albrecht. Albrecht, the server. Her team trailing 3-1. Here's the serve. Down the middle it goes. It's dug by Tippy. Comes over to Simmons and pushed across. It's going to be, nope, they're going to call a double hit, I do believe. Double hit called on the Suns, Jaden Miller, and it's a 3-2. No, it's not. What'd they call? Oh, in the net. I'm sorry, I didn't see. I can't see from my location. Evan Wagner up here helping out, and Evan pointed out that it was in the net. Service point for the Suns. They lead 5-1. Back serving number 9, Addison. And it's now the serve's going to be an overpass, pushed right back. It's going to come middle. Tippy on the attack, and it's going to fall. Tippy will get the first kill of the night. 2 points for Addison Inman. And the Suns lead 6-1. Trouble on serve receive for the Tigers. That's going to come across. A great pass on a free ball. That was number 3, Emma Vetter, who got the side out for the Tigers. Back to serve for the Tigers. Going to be number 24. That is Tinley Albrecht, and she's going to get an ace. First service point of the game for the Tigers. They cut the lead in half to 6-3. Our live chat is open. Feel free to hop in there and tell us where you're watching from and who you're cheering for. But a service error brings that first serve to an end, and it's going to be a side out. Tippy going back to serve for the Suns. Tipped across, and an overpass goes, nope, it's going to go into the net. Going down to try to get it was Miller, and it's going to be another side out. 7-4. Back to serve. Number 3 is Vetter, and she has a service error, and it's going to be back the other way. Going back to serve this time is going to be Jaden Miller for the Suns. Miller's serve from the middle of the floor is deep. It's fought over. Up to the ceiling it goes. A very low ceiling here. Lakely Albrecht was battling Tinley Albrecht for it, and it went up and down in a hurry. Jaden Miller gets the point, and another ace. 2 aces for Jaden Miller, and the Suns lead 10-4 here early in this one. We'll take a break. We'll be back on TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH, right after this.
At Western Illinois University, Leathernecks don't just blend in. Our purple stands out. Our students are innovative, creative, and resilient. At WIU, there is limitless potential, with campuses in Macomb, the Quad Cities, and online. Visit wiu.edu/potential to become a Leatherneck and get an education that stands out.
And coming out of the break, it's 10-4. Suns with the lead here in set number 1. Miller back to serve again. Jaden Miller has 2 points, including 2 aces, and then she rolled the ball off her foot. Kind of did, with a smile, asked for a little help. And they're going to come, Tippy's over talking. There's a serve, right to, that is Albrecht of the Tinley variety. It's off the net, dug up, and this might go across. It does, and then into the net. What a job at the net for Simmons and Tippy, and it's a point for the Suns. Miller back to serve one more time. Deep and off of the arms of Lakely Albrecht. 4 straight points for Jaden Miller, and the Suns lead by 8, 12-4. Deep, and that might have been out, but Tinley Albrecht put both hands up to get to it, and it's an ace for Jaden Miller. She's got 3 aces out of 5 points. That's low in the net, and it won't go across. Nearly a let serve, but it's a side out on the service there. Going back to serve for Greenfield, the Tigers. Number 23, that's Lily Bennon. Serve. Tippy with the bump set. It gets across, and it's going to be a free ball coming across from the Tigers. It's now Simmons with the set. Tippy tips it in the middle. Doug, set, middle. It's going to be a free ball coming across, sent across by Turpini. And a block, but it's going to fall. Simmons tips it across. Simmons will get the kill, and it's 14-5. Morgan Simmons gets the first kill. It's actually Tippy back to serve now. That's a tip across. Tippy comes up to set now. Middle is Simmons. Simmons on the attack. Doug. It's going to be pushed across. What a job by the Tigers to get that across. A bump set on the attack. It's going to fall. A kill for Addison Inman. Her first kill. A point for Tippy. And it's a 15-5 lead for the Suns. Ella Tippy back to serve again. This is deep. Goes to Albrecht. Tipped across on second hit. Bump set, going to go middle. Simmons is going to push it across. It's going to be short. Set, no, pushed across by Albrecht. Now it's going to be tipped again by Simmons. Albrecht with a bump set, far side. Best hitter on the team is Kinsey Pitchford, and she's going to get the kill right there. We saw during warm-ups, if they can get her a decent set, she can really attack with the ball. She gets the side out on the attack. Back to serve for the Tigers going to be number 26, Autumn Turpini. There we go. I'll get it out in a second. She has a service there. It's 16-6. Serve. Oh, what a job to try to dig it out. Can't do it, though. The serve ends up being a point for Sarah Shelton, and it's 17-6. Julie Tierstrip, thanks for joining us. Teresa Schaefer as well. And that's a service there, side out. Back or into serve the libero. She wears number 4. It's Peyton Reeves. Short. set on the attack is deep and out of play. Got a little too far under, and Inman with the hitting error. And that's only the second offensive point for the Tigers. Simmons on the sets. Short, bumped across. Doug. Simmons trying to go get it. She does get to it. It's going to be pushed across. That was a great job, number 14, Hart. And then it's going to go in and fall again on an overpass, but it's a point nonetheless. Reeves gets her second service point. 17-9 is the score. Short serve into the net on the underhand serve, and a side out back to the Suns. Going back to serve going to be the setter, number 20, Morgan Simmons. She hits when she's in the front row, but she's the setter when she's in the back row. Pushed across. Simmons is there. Pushed it back across. Deep and out on a hitting error by Vetter, and it's a point for Simmons. Simmons now has 4 service points, and it's 19-9. Deep left. Reeves is there. Bumped. It's going to be pushed across by Vetter. Simmons sets near side. It's Miller. She's going to get it to go across. She used a little bit of the net. It just rolled up and over the net and fell. Miller is going to get a kill. Simmons is going to get her 5th service point, and another timeout called by the Tigers. They trail 20-9 here in set number 1. Pastor Tom, thanks for joining us. Happy to have you on board with us again tonight. This game being brought to you by Ron Elby Auto Sales with locations in Macomb and Augusta. And with 80 years of car sales experience, Ron Elby Auto Sales is your hometown go-to for your next car. In Macomb on East Jackson Street, stop and talk to Justin, Jared, or Chris, or visit them at www.lbsellscars.com to check out their inventory. And Mudd Insurance Group, thank you for tuning into TSSR Game Time Live, brought to you by MDH. This coverage of Southeastern Suns Junior High Volleyball is brought to you by Mudd Insurance Group and Grinnell Mutual. Mudd Insurance Group, contact them today for all your home, auto, farm, commercial, life, health, and Medicare insurance needs. Live life knowing you're covered. And an illegal hit called on Lakely Albrecht, who really didn't have much of a choice. She had to try to get it over. It was coming too low and too hard. Did everything she could do, but it's 21-9. Suns with the lead. Deep into the middle. It's dug by Turpinning. And, oh, what a dig by Tippy. She got one hand on it. It's going to be a free ball coming across, but they couldn't get it there. And it's going to be a side out. And an ace for Lakely Albrecht. She gets an ace. And it's 21-11. And that's going to go off of Riley Hart. Another ace. Albrecht's got 2 in a row. And she's trying to claw her team back into it here as they are down 21-12. Tippy. Or no, that's not. It's Hart, excuse me. Now Hart's going to have to push it across. They get together. Her and Miller do. It's going to be pushed across. Dug by Hart. Pushed across again. And it's going to be a kill for Tenley Albrecht. She gets her first kill. It's the 3rd straight point for Lakely Albrecht. And it's 21-13. Hard serve, hard off the ceiling. Tippy hit it a little too hard. 4 straight for Lakely Albrecht. And it's 21-14. Lakely Albrecht back to serve again. This one rolls up on Tippy. And another point. An ace that time. And just like that, the Greenfield Tigers are back in it. They trailed 21-7. 21-8 when she took over. She served 5 straight service points. Guess that would make it 28-10, wouldn't it? I can't do very good math today, folks. It's been a while since I've been on a broadcast. I don't know what I'm doing anymore. This game being brought to you by Adams Experts. Looking for top-notch local computer sales and repair services. Call Adams Experts in Quincy at 217-214-3423 for fast, friendly, and affordable assistance. We make technology work. That's Adams Experts, your go-to when your computer goes down. You're watching TSSR Game Time live, presented by MDH. Blakely Albrecht with 5 straight service points. Her team trailed 21-10 when she started serving after the side out. Now it's going to be a free ball. Miller's going to push it across. A little trouble, but Reeves goes to get it. Tipped across. It's going to fall. Simmons is there. Miller's going to push it into the net. She had a chance to do something with it, but couldn't make it happen. And it's 6 straight for Blakely Albrecht. And that one's going to go off the arms of Sarah Shelton, an ace. That's 4 aces and 7 points. And it's down to a 4-point lead. Miller can be pushed across. Reeves is there. Push. That's a man. How was that not illegal? I'm not real sure, but they didn't call it. Simmons back to Hart. Pushed across. Albrecht. Tippy's there. Simmons comes to Miller. Miller's going to send a free ball across. Short. Vetter comes to get it. Now it's going to go back to Vetter. She's going to hit the net, and it's going to fall. A let kill for Vetter. And it's down to a 3-point lead. 7 straight. Make it 8 straight. And Blakely Albrecht's going to send that one out of bounds, and the bleeding stops for the Suns, but she served 8 straight. And back to serve for the Suns is going to be Addison Inman. She's got 2 service points in her first time through the rotation. Albrecht sets middle Vetter. Vetter sends it across. Miller's there. Near side, Hart sends it to Miller. Albrecht on the attack. It's off the net. Bump set. Tippy on the attack deep. Oh, what a job by Reeves. It's going to be pushed back across. Simmons is there. Hart back to Tippy, and Tippy hits it out of bounds. A side out on the hitting error. Back to serve is going to be Tinley Albrecht. She's got 1 ace and 1 kill so far unofficially. Her team trails by 3, 22-19. And more trouble is a little communication problem for the Suns. It's 20-22 as Albrecht gets her second ace. (22-20). It was 21-10. It's a 10-1 run with 1 side out apiece, and there's a side out on a service error. Serve, an ace for Riley Hart, her first service point, and the Suns are 1 point away from a set 1 win. Hart back to serve with her team needing 1 point. Reeves pushed across. No, it's going to go onto the net, or into the ceiling, and fall back down. Riley Hart gets her second point, and the Suns get a 25-20 win here in set number 1. We'll take a break. We'll be back with set number 2. The Suns 1 set away from a second straight state tournament appearance for the 7th graders. Of course, this year's 8th graders went to state and won a state championship last year. We'll be back in just a couple minutes. You're watching TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH.
After my appointment that day, I just made up my mind that I'm going to have my baby here in Macomb and this hospital, because irrespective of where you're from, who you are, it's just their line of duty to make sure they give care, make you comfortable.
I told them about the staff of MDH. They're all good. You get all the support you need. This is just the best place for you and your family.
When my parents told me they'd be using Adams Experts, I felt a bit replaced. I mean, they always called me to remove their viruses or get their printer connected to Wi-Fi. He even set up their new Roku.
How do I adopt a new son?
But then he taught me a few things. And now, we're like tech brothers.
Adams Experts. Repair, maintenance, and setup for all your home technology needs. Well, I've always had an interest in the medical field, and then growing up, I actually went through physical therapy myself for an injury, and that got me back to playing my sports and the activities that I loved. So seeing that firsthand, I got to see how much physical therapy could really benefit others.
At Western Illinois University, leathernecks don't just blend in. Our purple stands out. Our students are innovative, creative, and resilient. At WIU, there's limitless potential, with campuses in Macomb, the Quad Cities, and online. Visit wiu.edu/potential to become a leatherneck and get an education that stands out.
And welcome back here to St. John's Elementary in Carrolton, Illinois. It's IESA 7th grade, Class 1A sectional volleyball. As you can see, the Suns win set number 1, 25-20. We'll get that reset. Give the set to the Suns. And we're ready to go with set number 2. This time, the Tigers will serve first, and it's Lakely Albrecht who served 8 straight service points in set number 1 with her team down 21-10 to get them back into it. They cut it to 2, but then a side out and 2 straight points by the Suns off the hand of Riley Hart. Ended it. There's a tip across by Simmons. It's going to be pushed back across. It was out. It's going to go to the net. Tip back across by Simmons again. Set's going to be tipped that time, and a free ball is going to come across. It's going to come up to the net, and it's going to finally fall. After a long rally for the first time tonight, the Tigers have a lead, and Lakely Albrecht has her 9th service point. Deep middle. Hart is there. No, that's Tippy, excuse me. That's going to be a free ball sent across. That was Addison Inman. Now a hit and a kill by Tinley Albrecht, her 2nd kill of the night. And it's a 2-0 lead for the Tigers. The Suns opened 3-0 in set number 1, and then opened up, as I said, an 11-point lead before ended up winning by 5. And there's another ace for Albrecht, and her team is up 3-0. That is 5 aces and 10 service points for the young lady from Greenfield, Lakely Albrecht. That one's short, and just like the Suns started in set number 1, 3 service points and a service error gave them back. Now here's Simmons back to serve for the Suns. It's deep, and it's going to be an ace. Lakely Albrecht reached up and took it away from Reeves, and Simmons is going to get her 7th point. First ace, though, and it's 3-2. Short serve this time. Reeves can't get to it. It's going to be a 2nd ace in a row, and we're tied at 3. Simmons right side this time. This is going to be an overpass. Miller's there. Not a good pass. Going to have a chance to do something with it is Hart. Hart hits it right and out of bounds. A side out on the hitting error, but it was really a passing error that caused the problem. And back to serve is going to be Tinley Albrecht. She's got 2 service points and 2 kills for the Tigers right now. Here's the first serve. It's low, hard, and off of Hart. An ace for Tinley Albrecht. Her 3rd point and her 3rd ace. She struggles to keep it in and get it over the net, but man, does she serve hard. Here's another one, and that one goes over the net. It's to the net, pushed over by Simmons, dug by Vetter, being bumped across on 2nd hit. Simmons now is going to tip it across. Reeves is there. Now it's going to be on the attack was number 26, Autumn Turpinning, and she couldn't get it across. A hitting error side out. Back to serve is going to be number 9, Addison Inman. It's short. An overpass comes back. Set middle. Tippy hits it across. It's up. Albrecht comes to get it. Nice job of getting it across the net. Simmons comes up. Now it's going to be Simmons pushing it across. It's going to be short. It's dug out of the net. What a job, but it's going to be 4 hits. Good job of going after it. Inman's going to get her 3rd point. And we're tied at 5. Inman back to serve. This one is Lakely Albrecht. Middle it goes to Turpinning, and it's going to be out, just barely out. The Suns let it go because they couldn't get to it, and Turpinning hit it by about an inch too far. This is right off of Lakely Albrecht. It's going to be a free ball coming across. Simmons is there. Outside it comes to Miller. Miller hits it deep. It's dug by Tinley Albrecht. Now it's going to be pushed across. It's up. Hart is there. Tempe's going to bump it across on the second contact. It's going to be pushed across on second this time as well. Now it's going to be tipped across. Dug and pushed back across. Good rally here for both teams. Miller's going to bump it across to free ball. Pushed across again. Simmons is there. Now it's going to be Miller pushing it across one more time. Now it's going to be tipped across again. Simmons, a better pass this time. Hart sets Tippy. Tippy on the attack, and it falls. Ella Tippy gets the kill, her second. Another point for Inman. Addison Inman has 4 service points, and it's 7-5 Suns. Tinley Albrecht owes an overpass. Oh, what a job of getting it across. Or not, though. It's going to be 4 hits. You got to give Tinley Albrecht all kinds of credit. She came down and got that. Wasn't a great pass, but she kept it up and gave her team a shot, and they got it across, and the Suns couldn't pass it. Vetter back to serve now. What a hard, low serve. Middle Simmons is going to push it across, but she got in trouble coming together with Miller, and it's going to be tied at 7s now. Vetter back to serve one more time. That's her first service point of the game. 7-7 here in set number 2. Greenfield playing for a chance to continue, and she's going to hit that one out. The Suns playing for a trip in this set to the state tournament. The pressure greatly on the Tigers right now. Overpass, trouble, but Tippy's going to push it across. Tipped, blocked by Tippy. Down to the net. It's going to come up and pushed across. Now they're going to 4 hits. Oh, they're going to call 2 hits. It was the same player hit it twice, excuse me. Hart gets the service point. She's got 3, and her team leads by 2, 9-7. To the net it comes. Tippy's going to hit it, and the block kill for Tippy. Tippy gets her 3rd kill. Hart gets her 4th point, and it's 10-7. Suns with the lead. Low and hard, and an ace for Riley Hart. She gets her 2nd ace, 5th service point. It's 11-7. Trouble on the serve receive. What a job of going over and getting it, though. And they got it across. Pitchford. And in it, Tippy again on the attack. And Tippy gets another kill. Her 4th. Another point for Hart. She's got 6 and a timeout charged to the Tigers. With the Suns up by 5 here in set number 2. They lead 1-0. This match being brought to you by McDonough District Hospital, Athletic Trainers, and MDH Rehabilitation Center with locations in Bushnell and Macomb. Provide expert help to all area student athletes in the prevention, care, and rehabilitation of all athletic injuries. Learn more at mdh.org. McDonough District Hospital, more than hospital care, a hospital caring. And Adams Experts, looking for top-notch local computer sales and repair services. Call Adams Experts in Quincy at 217-214-3423 for fast, friendly, and affordable assistance. We make technology work. That's Adams Experts, your go-to when the computer goes down. Once again, our live chat's open. Hop in there and let us know where you're watching from and who you're cheering for. Tipped across on a 2nd hit. Hart, Tippy on the attack, and Hart might have got away with a double hit on that set, but it's going to work for a kill and a point nonetheless. They have been pretty generous on the double hits or double contacts, and Hart's going to send that one into the net. A side out for the Tigers, and they need to roll their things back up and get back into this one if they want a chance to play for a state tournament. They got to win this one. Lily Bennon is back to serve now. To the net it comes. Tippy now on the attack. Somebody was in the net. They didn't call it. Hart sets middle. Tippy. Tippy on the attack, and a kill for Ella Tippy. She's got 6 and a side out for the Suns. They lead 14-8. Going back to serve now is Jaden Miller. She's got 5 service points, including 3 aces in set number 1. A short one. It's going to be pushed across and out of bounds. It's not an ace. They got a couple contacts on it, but it's her 6th service point. Suns lead 15-8. Short. Pushed. Oh, it's into the net. What a job. There's a double hit. Hit it into the net, but it rolled up and over for Autumn Turpinning. And It's a side out to the Tigers. And Turpinning gets an ace. Her first service point. Simmons with the tip. It's short. It's dug. Pushed across. Simmons now on the set. Tippy on the attack. It's blocked. Caught up. Going to be another set. Middle to Tinley Albrecht. Now it's going to come across to Shelton. Shelton is dug. It's going to be Pitchford with the attack. Now it's going to be tipped across by Simmons. Middle is going to go to Albrecht. Dug up. It's going to be a free ball brought across by Shelton. Tipped across now. Hart is there. Tippy's going to have to send one across with a free ball. Tinley Albrecht on the attack. Dub and overpass. Pitchford is there. Albrecht now on the tip. Simmons. Shelton bumps it across. Vetter. Middle's going to go to Tinley Albrecht. Deep it goes. Dug. Middle now to Tippy. Tippy on the attack into the net. A hitting error. And it's 15-11. Turpinning gets her second service points. 15-11. Suns still lead. And Miller with a swing and a miss. An ace for Turpinning. And it's 15-12. Turpinning has served 3 straight. Checking rotation here. As they're changing the rotation a little bit so the serve receive is different. Hart slides right. Deep middle. Dug. Bump set. Pushed into the net by Simmons. 4 straight for Autumn Turpinning, and it's a 15-13 lead for the Suns. And a service error. Seems like every time that the Tigers get rolling, as Tippy goes back to serve now, every time the Tigers get rolling, they serve several points, but it's a service error more times than not that has ended that string. Outside to Pitchford, and it's going to go over on a, and it's going to go back to the net, and it's going to fall. Tippy's going to get the service point. That's her second service point's all she's got, but she's got 6 kills. Deep. And Tinley Albrecht is going to get the kill. That's her third. And Reeves going back to serve. (17-14) on the underhand serve. Simmons is there. Pushed across by Tippy. Tippy sets, middle, Simmons. Simmons hits it across. It's going to fall. She'll get the tip kill. Will Simmons. Another side out, and it's 18-14. Morgan Simmons gets the pushed right back across by Simmons. Reeves is there. Now it's going to be Tinley Albrecht hitting it into the nets. Shelton got the service point. Her second. Short. Vetter's there. It's going to be an overpass. Hart. Simmons back to Hart. Vetter, a better pass this time. Tinley Albrecht sends it across. Here's Hart again from the middle, and she's going to hit it into the net. A side out on the hitting error. And Lakely Albrecht going back to serve now. She's got 10 service points, including 5 aces. Miller, Simmons, Hart, and she's going to hit it into the net. Give her 11 points. Lakely Albrecht, 19-16. Deep middle, it's going to go off the arms of Shelton. Oh, a good job to get to it, a chance to get it there, but then they hits it too hard. Won't count as an ace, but it will close it to within 2. And another timeout, this time charged to the Suns. We'll take a quick break as well. And we'll be back here from St. John's Elementary School in Carrolton, Illinois in just a couple seconds.
I grew up in a small town in Missouri, and I like the feel of community. I like knowing the people that I take care of and knowing the people around me, providing care for someone that you know is in this community and helping them to get better.
Welcome back, TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH. I'm Dwayne Hulett. Evan Wagner on the camera per usual, and the poor kid has to sit right beside me tonight instead of being half a gym away from me, so he's stuck a little closer. He actually has to listen to me tonight, I think. It is pretty loud in here, though. You're watching sectional volleyball for the Illinois Elementary School Association, 7th grade, Class 1A. Greenfield Tigers on your left, Southeastern Suns on your right. 2 straight service points for Lakely Albrecht, and she's cut the lead to 2 for the Suns as Greenfield trying to get a lead. They did lead 3-0, but they have not led since 5-3. Free ball going to come across. Tinley Albrecht sends it. Simmons bump set middle to Hart. Hart pushes it across. Reeves is there. It'll be Vetter hitting it into the net. It's a side out for the Suns on the hitting error. 20-17. Simmons back to serve. Short serve. Going to be a free ball back across. And it's going to end up falling. I think that's what they wanted to do, but it worked in their favor. 20-18. Going back to serve is going to be Tinley Albrecht. She's got 3 service points, all aces. She's also got 3 kills. That's a low, hard serve. She serves so hard. That's going to go back across. Simmons. Reeves is there. Middle, it's going to go to Turpinning. Middle now to Hart. Hart on the attack. Dug by Albrecht of the Lakely variety. That's going to be pushed across by Simmons. Reeves is there. Turpinning's going to send it back across. Now free ball across. Middle, it's going to go now. Vetter is going to hit it deep and out. Another hitting error. Errors have been huge in this one for both sides, but they've bitten the Tigers far more than they've bitten the Suns to this point. Going back to serve is going to be number 9, Addison Inman. She's got 4 service points. This one's short. It's going to be an overpass. That's going to be an overpass back, and another overpass. Back and forth it went. Now Tippy is going to hit it into the nets. A side out, 21-19. Pitchford's coming back in for Reeves. Back to serve is going to be Vetter. Emma Vetter, very hard, low serve her last time. That one wasn't quite as good. That's going to go. Simmons, I think, hit that twice, but they didn't call it. I think it was 2 hits. You could probably hear, yeah, they're going to come back and call it. Yes, it was. I thought it was 2 hits. You can't give Simmons, you got to give Simmons credit for going after it again, but it's 21-20. Vetter gets the point, her second, and a chance to tie it here. Low, let serve. Over it goes. Vetter comes all the way back down to get it. Pitchford off the block of Tippy, and it's going to fall, and we're knotted at 21. 21-21. Vetter back to serve again. Now it's going to be Tippy sending it across. Albrecht go off the net. Another bad pass, and it's 22-21. Vetter going to serve again, and for the first time since 5-4, the Greenfield Tigers have a lead here, 22-21 in set number 2. They have to win this one. If the Suns can come back and get a win, they will go to the state tournament. But the Tigers need to win this one first, and then it'll be pressure on everybody in set 3 if they can get there. But they got to get there first. They trailed by as many as 5 here in set number 2. But are trying to close it out with a set 2 win here to force a set number 3. Vetter has been serving very well. Lakely Albrecht for the Tigers has 12 service points, including 6 aces. Tinley Albrecht has 3 service points, all of them aces. Serve receive has been a struggle for the Suns. Morgan Simmons has 8 service points for the Suns, 7 for Riley Hart, 6 kills for Ella Tippy, but she's got several hitting errors as well. Simmons goes to get it. Miller. Now it's going to be pushed across. Middle, it's going to go to Turpinning. Hart sets middle, Tippy. Tippy knocks it down. It's dug, an overpass off of Simmons, and it's going to be 23-21. It was an overpass, but it's a point nonetheless. When the ball, you think getting the ball over is important, and it very much is, but when you get out of system from one pass to one pass to one pass overpasses, you get out of system, it's hard to cover, and that's what happened there. And there's a hitting error, and it's 24-21 as Tippy hits it out. Vetter gets her 5th straight service point, and a chance for a set 2 win. Simmons, Miller, Hart's going to send it across. And it's going to fall, and still life for the Suns. Back to serve is going to be Riley Hart. She's got 7 service points for Southeastern. She has to serve 2 straight, and she's going to serve it into the net. Set number 2 is going to go to the Tigers, 25-22. We're going to go 3. We'll take a break, and we'll be back with the 3rd and final set. We'll find out who's going to go to the state tournament in just a couple minutes here on TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH.
I went through MDH when we were trying to get pregnant. We were struggling the first year, and then when we got pregnant, I stayed at MDH and through labor and now for pediatrics. My experience was nothing short of phenomenal. I was met with amazing staff members who helped me through concerns that I had when she was first born, helping me learn how to be a new mom. It was really reassuring and comforting knowing that I had so much support and kindness around me. My entire pregnancy at MDH was amazing.
At Western Illinois University, leathernecks don't just blend in. Our purple stands out. Our students are innovative, creative, and resilient. At WIU, there's limitless potential, with campuses in Macomb, the Quad Cities, and online. Visit wiu.edu/potential to become a leatherneck and get an education that stands out.
I chose the MDH OBGYN group because I've heard wonderful things about Dr. Smith. And upon entering the office, I really got along with everybody and got a warm feeling. The staff is warm and inviting and welcoming. It's a small community, so it's a really nice hospital to have here in the rural area. I continue to choose MDH because of the relationships I have. I really enjoy everybody here.
And welcome back here. As you can see, 20. Well, I didn't even finish it, folks. I apologize. We'll get the scoreboard up here. It's 25. It didn't show up, actually. It was there. It just didn't pop up. 25-22 was the final in set number 2 for the Tigers. We're going to go 3 here as the Tigers lead. Couldn't see who got the serve. Talking to some Tigers fans before the match started, there's a lot of them sitting up here with us. They're not very far from home, so they've got a lot of fans here tonight. They started off the season pretty slow, much like the Suns did. The Suns started the season 1-3 and have gotten better throughout the year, as have the Tigers. So it's cool to see 2 teams that have shown marked improvement from the beginning of the year to the end of the year to play to 3 here for a chance at a sectional title and a chance at a state tournament berth here. And it looks like the Tigers are going to get first serve, and it'll be Lakely Albrecht back to serve. She's got 12 service points thus far and 6 aces unofficially for the Tigers. So serve receive has been the main problem for the Suns, and then as some pressure started, they started having a few hitting errors, but serve receive has been the issue for the Suns here this evening. Lakely Albrecht back to serve. A little higher, longer serve that time, and it's going to fall. A passing error, and the Tigers lead 1-0. Short serve that time, and another ace. 14 points, 7 aces for Lakely Albrecht. First one was a kind of a lollipop serve, much different than normal. And that one was more like what we've seen from Lakely Albrecht. Very hard, low serve. That one was a little more, less speed, I should say. That's going to be Tinley Albrecht sending it across. Inman. Now it's going to be Hart pushing it across. Tinley Albrecht on the attack. It's going to go off the arms of Hart. A kill for Tinley Albrecht. She's got 4. And another point for Lakely Albrecht. She's got 15 service points, and it's 3-0. That's just how we started the last one. And this is going to be deep, and it's going to be an ace for Lakely Albrecht. 16 points, 8 aces. 4-0. Low, hard serve. Tippy's there. Pushed across by Simmons. Middle's going to go Tinley Albrecht. She's on the attack, and she's going to get another kill. 5 kills for Tinley Albrecht. And Lakely Albrecht has 17 service points. Another hard one goes off to Miller. Simmons, Hart, a hitting error. And it's 16, or 6-0. And a timeout charge to the Suns. Match being brought to you by Western Illinois University. At Western Illinois University, Leathernecks don't just blend in because purple stands out. At WIU, there's limitless potential with campuses in Macomb, Quad Cities, and online. Visit wiu.edu/potential to become a Leatherneck and get an education that stands out. Also, Ron Elby Auto Sales with locations in Macomb and Augusta. With 80 years of car sales experience, Ron Elby Auto Sales is your hometown go-to for your next car. In Macomb on East Jackson Street, stop in and talk to Justin, Jared, or Chris, or visit www.lbsellscars.com to check out their inventory. So coming out of the timeout, it's 6-0. The lead for the Tigers, but again, it's a service error that ends the string. And a first point, and going back to serve is going to be Simmons for the Suns. She serves deep. A free ball is going to come across, and it's going to work. Good hustle by the Tigers. It was Vetter, I believe, that sent it across. It was Reeves. I didn't see for sure. You'd think I'd be able to catch that. Tinley Albrecht with the serve. It's Doug. Inman's going to send a bump across. Middle it goes to Turpinning. Doug, but a kill. A little miscommunication again. Turpining's going to get her first kill. Tinley Albrecht gets her first point that is not an ace. And it's 8-1. And an ace. 9-1's the score. Tinley Albrecht back to serve again. Tippy can't return it, and it's going to be another point and another ace. 6 points, 5 aces for Tinley Albrecht. 10-1. And another ace on an overpass. $11-1. Middle it goes to Turpinning. She hits it across and out. A side out. It's 11-2, and the Suns have not scored an offensive point. Inman back to serve. Short. It's going to fall across, and they're going to call Tippy with the lift. She jumped up to block it, and it came across too late, and Vetter going back to serve. Vetter served 5 straight to nearly end the first set. Or second set, excuse me. Tippy on the attack. And she's going to get a kill. That'll be her 7th kill. And another side out. It's 12-3. Back to serve is going to be Riley Hart. She has served 7 points for the Suns. That's a little bit of a struggle on the pass, and they're going to call a net violation. Riley Hart's going to get the point. And it's 12-4. Still an 8-point lead for the Tigers. They have some room to let things go here a little bit, but not like that, as Blakely Albrecht can't return to serve. An ace for Hart. She's got 9 service points, and it's 12-5. Riley Hart has served well for the Suns tonight. She needs to do a lot more of it. She went right at Albrecht. At times it's pushed across. Hart sets middle to Tippy. Tippy on the attack. Blakely Albrecht was there. Vetter now is going to try to hit it across. She can't get it across. The hitting error. Another point for Hart. She's got 10, and it's 12-6. Suns have cut the lead in half. Again, right at Albrecht, and again an ace for Hart. It's 12-7. Short again. That one's going to go off of Vetter. Oh, Blakely Albrecht, a great job to get to it. Couldn't do anything with it. It's another point for Riley Hart. She's got 12, and a timeout charged to the Tigers as the Suns have cut the lead to 4 at 12-8 here in set number 3. It's one set apiece. The winner of this one goes to the state tournament this weekend. 12-8 is the score. This game being brought to you tonight by Mudd Insurance Group. Thank you for tuning in to TSSR Game Time Live, brought to you by MDH. This coverage of Southeastern Suns Junior High Volleyball is brought to you by Mudd Insurance Group at Grinnell and Grinnell Mutual. Contact Mudd Insurance today for all your home, auto, farm, commercial, life, health, and Medicare insurance needs, and live life knowing you're covered. So after the timeout the Suns called, they stopped the bleeding on the serve of Blakely Albrecht. That time Riley Hart keeps that one in the lane. Pitchford's going to send it across, but the timeout did not get the side out for the Tigers as it did for the Suns, and the Suns have cut the lead to 3 at 12-9. Hart serves again. That's going to go into the net. Another point. Serve receive has been a problem for the Suns. Passing has been a problem for the Tigers. And there's the side out on the service error. 13-10. Going back to serve is going to be Lily Bennon with her team up by 3. Riley Hart closed the gap by 7 straight. Hart to Shelton. To the net it comes. Tipped across. Simmons. And they're going to call in the net, so a side out to the Suns, and going back to serve is going to be number 27, Jaden Miller. She's got 6 service points tonight. Deep. Tinley Albrecht is there, and nobody else gets to it. Can't give that an ace. That was a campfire set up around it, and everybody stood there and watched the ball fall. Miller gets her 7th service point. Chance to tie it here. An overpass is out of bounds. It was out, their officials are saying, and it's tied at 13. Miller back to serve again, a chance to give her team a lead. They trailed by 10 at one point here in set number 3. That's deep and out, just barely. A side out on the service error. And going back to serve is going to be number 26, Autumn Turpinning. She's got 4 service points, 2 aces, and a kill. Low in the net. It's a let serve and an ace. Gives her team a 2-point lead at 15-13. Turpinning to serve again. Let serves should be illegal, folks. I keep saying that. I hate let serves. Doesn't matter which team you're rooting for. I just do not like them. Back to serve is going to be Tippy for the Suns. Her team trails by 1. Middle, nice pass. Simmons is going to push it across. Simmons down, then up, and gets it across, and then a communication error is going to result in a tied ball game as Ella Tippy. Ella was up to set and forgot she was serving. She's going to get her 3rd service point, and another chance for the Suns to take a lead here. Right to Vetter. Vetter, Lakely Albrecht, Tinley Albrecht right at Miller, and Tinley Albrecht is going to get another kill. That's her 6th. And the libero, number 4, Peyton Reeves, comes in to serve. Underhand serve, high. Simmons is there. Middle, back to Simmons. Simmons is going to tip it across. Lakely Albrecht bumps it across. Tippy's there. Hart's going to push it across. Vetter. That's going to go middle to Albrecht of the Tinley variety. Now it's going to come outside to Inman. Inman's going to hit it deep. Reeves is there. Free ball across. Simmons. Tippy's going to push it across. Out middle, it's going to go to Tinley Albrecht. It's going to come, and Vetter hit it. That's going to be 2. It's got to go across. It can't. Vetter hit it. She didn't know where she was on the court. It's better to take that chance and get it up and keep it alive than to let it fall. I don't blame her a bit. She gets the point ultimately for her team. Reeves gives her team a 2-point lead, 17-15. Addie Inman sends it across. Vetter now on the attack. Miller's there. Bumped across by Tippy. Tinley Albrecht. Shelton. Tippy now sets middle. Simmons on the attack. Reeves is there. Doug. Vetter's going to bump it across, but it won't go. And Shelton's going back to serve for the Suns. Sarah Shelton has 2 service points. Deep serve, middle, Turpinning. Now Tinley Albrecht on the attack. Simmons goes out to get it after a passing error. Shelton can't get it across. And it's back to a 2-point lead, 18-16. Back to serve, Lakely Albrecht. She's got 18 service points, 7 aces. And that's deep and off the arms. They did get to it, so technically it's not an ace, but she's got 19 service points. And it's 19. If she can serve this all the way out, she'll end with 25 service points at .25. Lakely Albrecht. And it lets serve. It rolls into the net and over. And a timeout charged to the Suns. Like I said, folks, let serves are the devil's playground. I do not agree with them. I don't like them. I don't know how you're supposed to defend that, but that one counts for a point for the Tigers, and they lead by 4, 20-16. The Suns had it tied at 13 and at 15. They cut it to 1 at 17-16, but Lakely Albrecht has been a serving machine. She's got 20 service points total. And 8 aces, 20 points and 8 aces for Albrecht. And after the timeout, we are at crunch time for both teams here, especially the Suns. They need, that went out. I don't think anybody touched it, and I think it was out. It was out. That's what I thought. They tried to hit it, and they missed it. They swung and missed, and the Suns get the side out. Simmons back to serve, not wasting any time. Turpinning comes to get it. It's pushed across by Albrecht. Simmons, now a back row attack by Inman, and she hits it out. 21-17. Back to serve is Tinley Albrecht. She's only got 5 service points, but 4 of them are from aces. Low and another ace. 22-17. 3 points away for the Tigers. Tinley Albrecht back to serve again. That goes off the arms of Tippy. Another ace. It's 23-17. And another point. 1 point away. It's set and match point for the Tigers and a chance to make the state tournament. Tinley Albrecht back to serve. Hard off of Hart. Tipped across by Simmons. Middle it goes to Turpinning. She hits it deep. Tippy's there. Bump set. Miller. Vetter. Set middle to Turpinning. Turpinning off the arms, and it's going to fall. Turpinning gets the kill. Her second. And the Tigers of Greenfield are going to go to the state tournament as the Suns win set 1 but drop set 2 25-22 and set 3 25-17. And the Southeastern Lady Suns see their season come to an end at the 7th grade level. They'll have regionals this week for 8th grade, and then they will be at sectionals if they can win that regional next week. The Suns, a lot of tears down on the far side, but I'll tell you what, folks, a lot of people didn't expect either team to get here. Oh, I guess they're down there, Evan. Down. I didn't see the plaque was all the way at the far side. They're going down to get their sectional championship plaque, are the Greenfield Lady Tigers. The 8th grade version of this went the other way last year at this same school. So the Greenfield Tigers, nearly a home game for them. And they get a win here tonight at St. John's Elementary School in Carrolton, Illinois, as the Lady Suns take it into the locker room after they saw the trophy presentation. We'll take a break. We'll play an interview from our title sponsor, McDonough District Hospital. We'll come back and hopefully get a word with Coach Kerr and tell you some stats here in just a little bit. Congratulations to the Greenfield Tigers. They're going to the state tournament for the Illinois Elementary School Association. 7th grade class 1A. We'll be back on TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH in just a few minutes.
All right, welcome back. We're here now with Wanda Foster, the Vice President of Nursing and Clinical Administration. Is that correct?
That's correct, yes.
Well, what we're going to talk about today is some of the opportunities that are available at MDH for students, whether they be high school students, Spoon River College students, or Western students. MDH has a lot of opportunities to be involved and to learn, right?
We absolutely do. And we look so forward to having students here. We are a clinical site for Western Illinois University and their bachelor's program for nursing, as well as for Spoon River College nursing students and others that are doing some independent study. We welcome students, and we also encourage high school students. If you would like to learn more about nursing, we would love to meet with you. And there are opportunities at the hospital also where they can apply for jobs here, for positions. So we work closely with our nursing students, and we hope to recruit them and attract them and want to come back.
I know that publicly there's been a shortcoming or a shortage of nurses, right? And I know that every hospital and every nursing home and every clinical place period is searching for nurses. So how important is it for MDH to have these groups work with them, whether it be MDH or be Spoon River College or whatever the case may be? How important is it for MDH to then recruit those nurses to stay here and work as a profession?
It's very important. We want nursing students to feel very comfortable here, to enjoy their clinical experience and their opportunities here, and then we want them to feel very comfortable, to give them a good orientation. We hire new graduates, of course, into our acute care area as well as the intensive care unit. We hire new graduates in the emergency room, in home health and hospice, in our OB department, and our surgery department. These are all areas that new graduates can come into. We certainly give them a robust orientation. No one starts on their own until they feel completely ready. They have a mentor certainly with them, and we want to give them the best start for success that we can. And then there are many areas of specialty they can choose to go into. Nursing is a very unique field. You can work full-time, you can work part-time if you need to take time off for some reason. It's a field that you can kind of step into a little bit more. than maybe some other fields in healthcare. We also have scholarships available through our auxiliary, through the hospital, and then once someone is an employee here, we do have some tuition reimbursement. So we will certainly help with that.
And going back to the scholarships and the shortages that are across the board, not necessarily at MDH, but
everywhere.
Right? So everywhere. This is a profession that you can make a good living at and be pretty sure to have a job, right? So
absolutely.
This is a profession that high school.
All right, well, we're going to cut that interview short. Coach Kerr got up here quite a bit faster than I anticipated tonight. Coach, when I saw you guys won the section or the regional, I messaged you and said, hey, we want to try and come do the sectional. It's kind of what we try to do that. We don't do a lot of junior high stuff, but once you get sectional on, we try to come. And you said that the girls started 1-3 and maybe you didn't expect a regional championship out of this group of girls, but I think it's kind of I get the feel that it's, Southeastern's got such a history now, and they see so much volleyball.
Mm-hmm.
Once they get to a point, right, they can start kind of picking stuff up, and they seem to do that.
Yeah, I think so. Like you said, at the beginning of the year, we kind of struggled and didn't have a lot of experience for whatever reason, and didn't have a lot of skill for whatever reason. And, I didn't know what kind of season we'd have, honestly. You see out there, you look, we have basically one girl that can get above the net, and a lot of small players and not always the most athletic group out there, but they really bought into what we were doing. And, after that first week or two of matches, we turned around and really started to learn what to do and how to win junior high volleyball matches, and I really can't be any prouder of them. I did not expect to be here, at the end of the season or even in the middle of the season. We beat a really good Virginia team in the regional championship that probably anybody that had seen Virginia play didn't think we had a chance of beating, and they were 21-4 and just really proud of the girls and the way they've learned and the way they have fought together and just kind of grown. A lot of seventh grade junior high volleyball, junior high sports is a little different than fifth and sixth. And, we had some players that were used to playing part of the time and didn't get to play as much. And I can't say enough for our bench players who came out every night at practice and tried hard and played hard and got better as well. You just didn't see them on the floor. But, our six that played all the time really improved and really got better and got a lot of experience. And, we talked about that shortly in the locker room just a minute ago, just about how much improvement we've made and how proud I am of them for that. And just turned ourselves into a contender. We hadn't lost for a while, and we hadn't lost for a long time, other than to Carthage, who probably will. I'm guessing they'll probably win the state tournament in 2A this year, and we lost 3 times to them. But besides that, we haven't lost for a good month or two actually. So really proud of how we played tonight and just for the year overall. Obviously, we can talk about this in a second, but just we were so close. I thought that second set, we were right there. But I'll let you ask me some questions, guide me through that.
Yeah, you definitely had chances in both of the sets you lost, didn't you?
Yeah, for
you
sure.
had the lead in the first set and let them come back. I'll tell you what, that Lakely Albrecht, number 13, she can serve the ball a little bit. It looked like serve-receive was kind of your problem, and passing was Greenfield's problem. It's just serve-receive bit you a little more than their passing did.
Yeah, that's what we talked about. The one thing that our girls do really well, and that's what I said at one of the timeouts, we're the best passing team on the floor right now, and if we just let ourselves do that and not make mistakes, and they did obviously the first set with us winning, they missed their share of serves, including a couple of their good servers, and Coach Wagner and I talked in between the first and second set that if they start getting those serves in, we might be in some trouble, because they really did have some servers that did a really nice job and made it difficult, and our girls pass as well as about anyone around, and the fact that we were having so much trouble with them was just a tribute to their effectiveness at the service line. So that was the game, and that's what we talk about, all year long. I tell them before every game, you got to take care of our serves, get our serves in. I thought we did a pretty good job of that, and we got to handle their serves, and we got to play hard and play smart, and those 4 things, if we do that, then whatever else happens will happen. But, I thought, for the most part, our kids had energy, and they haven't really learned how to be competitive and be competitors, and not. They're either high or low right now. And you saw that out there. When we were going well, they were jumping around, smiling and laughing, and the world was great. And then when we were down by a lot, they looked like their dog died. And it just, they need to figure out, and we'll work on that, but they need to try to figure out some steadiness, some even keelness to them, and that's something, in the third set of the regional, we were down 9-1, and I told them, I said, we were down. I called that first time out 6-0, and I said, remember when we were down 9-1, we came back and won. Just relax, everything will be fine. And sure enough, we came back, and Riley did a good job serving us back into the game, and obviously we, like you said, had a chance and just had a few too many mistakes. And junior high volleyball, 7th grade volleyball especially, is all about mistakes and who can make the fewest. And we just made a few. Made a few more than we needed to, and obviously that was a difference. It's pretty tough. Our squad. You look at offense, and you look at hitting the ball down and trying to get kills. And obviously you've seen enough volleyball at the upper levels that that's how you make your money, is you have big hitters and you terminate balls. And besides Ella Tippy, we didn't have anybody that does that. So you have to play almost so perfectly to be successful. When you're not doing that, and we're not really attacking them very much. We're just kind of chipping things back over to them and seeing if they can make mistakes. They had more hitters and better hitters than we did, and it was just a function of, they played offense and we played defense too much, and given that, I thought our girls did a great job, and we're, like we talked about, we were 1 or 2 points away from making it to the state tournament, and that was beyond any of our dreams at the beginning of the year. So. Obviously disappointed. It's so close, and Riley Hart goes back and misses that serve down 24-22 in the second set, and she's been such a good server for us all year long. And come back in the third set, and she gets 7 or 8 in a row. And
exactly.
Obviously, I go to tell Coach Wagner and Miss Weewall, I said, where was that at when we were down 24-22? And that's something we talked about in that last time out. Was
you can look at that though. Yeah, you'd like to have them, but the fact that she stepped back up her next time,
sure.
right, after giving up a set, she stepped right back up the next time and rolled off 7 straight, so she didn't let it eat at her, right?
No question. She's had a solid year. She's really a good player and a really good girl, so I was glad to see her have some success, because she did kind of struggle a little bit. Hitting, she made a few more uncharacteristic errors than she normally makes, and she was kind of down a little bit. I even caught a couple tears a couple times at one of my timeouts, so – but no, just one of those things where, we fought back and once again, it was just a function of the fact that, as soon as we saw 13 and that other girl get ready to come back and be the first 2 servers, we thought we're in trouble, because they just get so many points just with their effectiveness in serving. So,
I don't know that in junior high I've talked a whole lot ever about being in system, but tonight there were so many first overpasses or second ball send over.
Yeah.
And it seemed like you guys struggled with that, or the balls fell more. I don't know if maybe it was luck or maybe it's whatever, but it seemed like when something was going to fall in that scenario out of system, it was on your guys' side of the net.
Yeah, and I, that's something we kind of work on, but sometimes it is what it is. And, the system that I ran with them, they're constantly moving and kind of playing different positions, and it's not something where they could just kind of set up camp and play their spot. So it's a little confusing. They did a great job of picking it up, and it's for our benefit. I wouldn't change it, but sometimes when the other team is more out of system and sends us balls over on 1 and 2, it does create a little bit of an issue. So, but again, I keep going back to the way we played and the way we looked at the beginning of the year versus now, and it's really exciting to see that they were able to make that much progress in a year, and happy for them, and just disappointed because fortunately in the last several years we've had a good run and have been able to make it to state a lot of times, and that's something that you alluded to earlier, is just the tradition and the almost the expectation at this level of making it, and I feel bad that we didn't, but again, I think we're proud of the run that we did make.
Now, Greenfield obviously is going to be happy to make it to state anyway. It doesn't matter, but do you think it's a little bonus for them to beat Southeastern to get there.
I don't know if they know who we are or not. Who
Well,
knows?
I mean, I'm guaranteeing you some of them know who they are because you guys beat them in 8th grade last year at the same gym, right?
Right, for sure.
So they know the name. Even if they don't
sure.
know who the kids are, they know the name, right?
That's
so,
true. That's true. Yeah, and that's that's a good feeling. That is for sure.
So the one thing I noticed is, it always happens in the end of the year, a lot of tears. There's kids on the bench, there's starters. It looked like you talked about this a little bit earlier, but there's a cohesiveness. These kids really cared, and it has to make you feel good that they lost in a sectional where maybe nobody thought they were going to get to at the beginning of the year, but they're still upset that they feel like and act like they should have won this game.
Yeah, I think it's a combination of that, but and also just the fact that the season's over and the fun that we've had and the success that we've had. It's a long time before next December 15th or whenever we start again. So I think there's like you said, the expectation that we were so close, and then also just the fact that tomorrow afternoon they don't have practice anymore. So I think a combination of those things. But again, like you mentioned, the kids on the bench did a great job of just supporting and being getting better themselves as well. So it's just, like I said, one of those things where it didn't. You didn't see it. You didn't see it on the floor, but in practice every night, you saw them getting better. And you look for some of them to step in and try to be a little bit more of a well-rounded, a little bit deeper team in the future.
Well, that's one of the things that I'm sure for you and for any coach who's trying to get to state or win state, or there's a fine line, right, between winning while still producing players.
Right.
From the seeing talent in the kids on the bench and getting them to improve to where maybe they can be part of that rotation or whatever. There's a thin line there, right?
Right, no question. And it's one of those things where like I said, we've had so much success in the past that it's one of the things we talk about at the beginning of the year is this isn't 5th and 6th grade anymore, and if you're used to playing every night, used to playing a lot every night, that's going to change. And our job. My job, right or wrong, and I say that, and I'm not saying it's right, but the way we attack it is try to win as many games as possible, and build that legacy of success, and build that just concept of trying to go out there and get to 25 before the other team as many times as possible, and the kids on the bench know that, and they know that if they start playing better and earn their right on the floor, then they'll be on the floor. So. I think it's a good situation, and it's really nice when the kids buy in. And you saw tonight the kids on the bench were just as upset as the ones on the floor.
Big week for 8th graders, right?
Yeah. Yep. We play tonight. Go to Virginia. So Virginia's a little bit closer, but not a whole lot. So go to Virginia, and they've got a state title to defend. Last year the 7th graders, they won it all, and we haven't lost yet. We're 23-0 right now, and 5 of those wins, our last 5 wins, have been without our stud, Kara Stevens, who's probably one of the best, if not the best, players in the area. Had shoulder surgery, so things are going well there. She had her 2-week checkup, I think, today, and had her little pillow removed from her. She had to have that. She'd been carrying that around for the last 2 weeks, and so I think she gets to start doing a little bit of things where she can kind of move her shoulder a little bit. So I know that's something that obviously is important to get that taken care of early on, and so she can have she's going to have a really good high school career. But so we did that. Obviously changes the way we look a lot. Taking your kind of your veteran, your kind of go-to person with the most height and the most kills and all that stuff, taking that away from your team and trying to replace that with somebody else is difficult at all levels, but especially in Class 1A. Junior high. So, some of the 7th grade girls that were out there tonight will be kind of help us with that. But, we have been able to, win 5 matches without Kara, and they look pretty good. And so, hopefully we can come out and, be successful. Who knows? I wouldn't mind getting a shot at Greenfield again because I think they're the 1 seed in the 8th grade. So, we'll see. Maybe we can that'll be at Virginia, I think. But see if we can get through the regional. Don't want to count our chickens before they're hatched. But, if we can, take care of business in the regional tomorrow, and then hopefully then on Wednesday, then who knows? Maybe we could, be really a feather in their cap to be able to, be successful in the postseason, without her for sure.
I think you and I have talked about last year's boys basketball team when Danny got hurt then and Ramsey Fry really stepped up and people really saw how good Ramsey was then. Right. Obviously, this isn't the opportune time to lose a player, but going into freshman year and moving forward, you can see some things that you wouldn't have otherwise seen as a coach and as a team, right?
Yeah, no question, and that's something that's already happened. And we, I heard a story today that we just won, the 8th graders just won the Unity tournament on Saturday, and we beat Nauvoo and Minden and also the Quincy Catholic team. And I heard a story today that one of our parents, 8th grade parents, had talked to one of Liberty's fathers, players' dads, and said that there's just no way we're going to beat Quincy Catholic without Kara. And the fact that we did, it was nice. So we got a lot of players stepping up and doing really well, and they played well before Kara, but they really have kind of taken the advantage of getting more touches and being more part of the offense. We really rely on her a lot when she's on the floor and give her a lot of balls. And obviously those have to go somewhere. So are the girls, Tegan Rigg and Kylie Putnam, and those guys are doing a really good job. Morgan Wilcox coming in, and Jalen Vanbeck, our setter, is doing a great job of distributing the ball. And another really good passing team and have a lot of experience. And hopefully we can play well, and obviously they deserve to have a good run in the postseason as well. And Kara or no Kara.
Well, hopefully I'll see you next Monday.
Hopefully, and then Kara hopefully will get better, and we'll be able to see her maybe in the varsity lineup in August. Who knows?
Yeah, there's two Stevenses will scare a lot of people, I think.
Yeah, for sure.
And then you throw a few other girls in there that you still have, and it's going to be.
It scares me a little too. I know that sometimes they don't get along very well in practice. I think they push each other and they push each other's buttons, but also so we'll have to see how that goes.
You just have to keep them on the same side of the net, not the opposite side of the net more often than not.
Definitely.
Well, Coach, I appreciate you coming up and talking to us. Congratulations on a good year. I know it didn't end where the girls wanted it to, but you keep the deal going.
Yep, absolutely.
Keep improving and got something to build on.
That's
now.
what we talked about. Use this feeling we had tonight as ammunition to just get better and better over the summer and get better for next year. So we'll give it a shot.
All right. Thank you, sir. I appreciate it.
Yep.
Coach Tim Kerr talking to us on the post-game show. I'll run through some stats here real quick. At least mine are unofficial, of course. But for the Suns, Addison Inman had 4 points and a kill. Ella Tippy had 3 points and 7 kills unofficially. Riley Hart had 14 points, including 4 aces. Morgan Simmons had 8 points, including 2 aces and 2 kills. Sarah Shelton had 2 points. Jaden Miller had 8 points, including 3 aces and 1 kill. For the Tigers of Greenfield, who will move on to the state tournament, Peyton Reeves had 3 service points. Emma Vetter had 6 service points and a kill. Lakely Albrecht had 20 service points, including 8 aces. Kinsey Pitchford had 1 kill. Tinley Albrecht had 8 service points, and 6 of those were aces. She also had 6 kills. Autumn Turpening had 8 points, including 5 aces and 2 kills. So that'll do it from St. John's Elementary School in Carrolton, Illinois, home of the Redbirds. The Greenfield Tigers are moving to state. They beat the Southeastern Suns tonight 20-25, 25-22, 25-17. You've been watching TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH. I'm Dwayne Hewitt. Thanks to Evan Wagner for helping with the broadcast tonight. We'll see you hopefully next Monday from Virginia for the 8th grade sectional. See ya.